We've all seen those cringeworthy moments when an interviewer crosses the line, whether it's an inappropriate question, an outright insult, but not all celebrities sit back and take it. Some stars have clapped back in the most legendary ways, turning the tables and putting the interviewer in their place. From actors shutting down sexist remarks to musicians calling out rude questions, these moments prove that even in the world of media, respect is a two-way street. Let's dive into some of the most iconic moments when celebrities fired back at disrespectful interviewers. Robert Downey Jr. walks out on a personal attack. Robert Downey Jr. is known for his charm and wit, but even he has his limits. In 2015, during a press tour for Avengers: Age of Ultron, British journalist Krishnan Guru decided to bring up Downey's troubled past, something completely unrelated to the movie. At first, Downey Jr. tried to keep it light, brushing off the personal questions. But when Guru kept pushing, bringing up the actor's past drug addiction and relationship with his father, Downey Jr. had enough. He calmly stood up, unhooked his microphone, and walked out saying, "You seem okay, but you're kind of a schmuck." This moment became legendary because it showed that even the biggest stars have boundaries. Downey Jr. had moved past his troubled past, rebuilding his career and life, and he refused to let an interviewer drag him back into it. Rihanna's perfect clapback to a relationship question. Rihanna is a queen when it comes to handling the media, and she proved that in 2015 during a press event for her animated film, Home. An interviewer asked her, "What are you looking for in a man?" A question that had nothing to do with the movie. Without missing a beat, Rihanna shut it down with a simple but iconic response. "I'm not looking for a man. Let's start there." The clip instantly went viral because it was the perfect example of how female celebrities are often asked personal and irrelevant questions that their male counterparts rarely face. Rihanna made it clear that she wasn't there to discuss her love life. She was there to talk about her work. Taylor Swift calls out sexist questions. Taylor Swift has been in the industry long enough to recognize double standards, and she's never been afraid to call them out. In a 2015 interview with an Australian radio station, she was asked, "Do you think your next boyfriend will be the subject of another song?" Swift immediately called out the question, pointing out that male artists like Ed Sheeran and Bruno Mars also write about their relationships, yet they never get asked the same thing. She flipped the script, making the interviewer realize the bias in their question. Her response sparked an important conversation about the way female artists are treated differently than men in the music industry. Rather than laughing off the question, Swift took the opportunity to educate, and it was brilliant. Samuel L. Jackson schools an interviewer who confused him for another actor. Samuel L. Jackson is one of the most respected actors in Hollywood, but that didn't stop an interviewer from making an embarrassing mistake. During a live TV interview, an entertainment reporter confused him with Lawrence Fishburne, another black actor. Jackson didn't let it slide. Instead, he roasted the interviewer on air, saying, "We don't all look alike. We may be black and famous, but we are not the same person." The reporter was visibly mortified, and Jackson continued to school him, making sure he never made the mistake again. The moment went viral, with many praising Jackson for not letting the interviewer get away with such an ignorant blunder. Serena Williams shuts down a rude comment about her body. As one of the greatest athletes of all time, Serena Williams has dealt with her fair share of disrespectful questions. One of the most infamous moments came when a reporter implied that she was too strong and that her body wasn't feminine enough. Without hesitation, Williams clapped back, saying, "I love my body, and I wouldn't change it for anyone. It's powerful, it's beautiful, and it's mine." Her response was met with applause from fans who have long criticized the way female athletes, especially black women, are scrutinized for their physiques. Williams' clapback wasn't just a personal defense. It was a message of empowerment for women everywhere. Quentin Tarantino refuses to answer a sensationalist question. Quentin Tarantino is known for his intense films, but he's also known for his fiery personality in interviews. During a 2013 interview with Channel 4's Krishnan Guru, yes, him again, Tarantino was repeatedly asked whether he felt violence in movies contributed to real-life violence. After dodging the question multiple times, Tarantino finally snapped, saying, "I'm shutting your butt down. I'm not your slave, and I'm not your monkey." His response was intense, but many understood his frustration. He was promoting Django Unchained, a movie that already had a heavy discussion surrounding it, and he refused to let the conversation be derailed by sensationalist questions. Jennifer Lawrence's no-nonsense response to an awkward question. Jennifer Lawrence is known for her sense of humor, but even she has her limits. During a press event, an interviewer asked her, "How do you stay so beautiful?" A question that had nothing to do with her work. She immediately shot back, "Is that really the most interesting thing you could ask me?" Her response was brilliant because it highlighted how female actors are often reduced to their looks rather than their talent. The interviewer was left stumbling, realizing they had been put in their place. Tom Hardy's perfect response to an invasive question about his sexuality. During a press conference for Mad Max, Fury Road, a journalist asked Tom Hardy about his past comments regarding his sexuality in a way that felt invasive and inappropriate. Hardy's response? A cold, "What on earth are you talking about?" followed by an awkward silence that made it clear the question was out of line. It was the perfect way to handle an uncomfortable situation. No theatrics, no anger, just a straightforward dismissal that left the journalist looking foolish. Anne Hathaway's classy response to body shaming. Anne Hathaway is no stranger to the press, but even she has had to deal with ridiculous questions. During a 2012 interview for The Dark Knight Rises, an interviewer asked about her weight loss regimen for the role, implying that her body was more important than her performance. Hathaway smirked and said, "Are you trying to fit into a catsuit? What's the deal, man?" The room erupted in laughter, and the interviewer was left scrambling. Hathaway's ability to turn the question back on the interviewer was the perfect way to show how ridiculous it was in the first place. Denzel Washington puts an interviewer in their place over a misleading question. Denzel Washington is known for his wisdom and ability to deliver powerful statements, both in films and in real life. During a red carpet interview, a journalist attempted to trap him with a misleading question about the role of media in spreading misinformation. Instead of falling for it, Washington flipped the script. He calmly responded, "If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed." The interviewer was visibly caught off guard, but Washington didn't stop there. He continued, "What's the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore." The moment became a viral lesson in media literacy, showing that Washington wasn't just an award-winning actor. He was someone who understood the deeper issues in journalism. Rather than giving a typical Hollywood response, he challenged the entire system, making it clear that he wasn't someone to be manipulated in an interview. Lady Gaga's iconic takedown of a sexist assumption. Lady Gaga has built her career on pushing boundaries and defying expectations, and she's never been one to tolerate disrespect. In an interview early in her career, a male journalist asked her if she worried that dressing provocatively and being bold would overshadow her music. Gaga didn't hesitate to shut him down, replying, "You see, if I were a man and I had slept with as many women as I've slept with men, people would say I was a rock star. But when women do it, they're sluts." Her response was powerful because it highlighted the double standards women face in the music industry and in society as a whole. She made it clear that she wasn't about to apologize for her confidence, her artistry, or her choices. Instead, she turned the question into a larger statement about gender bias, cementing herself as not just a pop star, but a cultural icon. Interviews are meant to be a way for fans to connect with their favorite stars, but sometimes reporters cross the line. Luckily, these celebrities knew exactly how to fire back, whether with humor, intelligence, or just plain shutting things down. Which of these clapbacks was your favorite? Do you think more celebrities should call out rude interviewers? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more legendary moments in entertainment.